The Mennonites are one of the most intriguing groups in the world, with customs and traditions that defy modern expectations. From their strict approach to courtship and marriage, to their minimalist lifestyle and deep-rooted values, the Mennonites stand as a unique example of how faith, community, and simplicity can withstand the test of time. But there's much more to their story than meets the eye, and some of the facts we'll reveal may genuinely surprise you. What makes their way of life so special? How have they managed to maintain their traditions in such an interconnected, fast-paced world? And just how different are they from the Amish, with whom they are often compared? As we take you through the top 10 surprising facts about the Mennonites, we'll explore how they've adapted to modern life while keeping their core beliefs intact. Stay with us until the end. One of the final facts is sure to catch you off guard. So, let's dive right in and discover the fascinating world of the Mennonites. Don't forget to subscribe to World Marvels to never miss a deep dive like this one. 10. The role of women. Women play a central role in Mennonite life, managing the household and overseeing many tasks that contribute to the well-being of the community. Mennonite women are often seen as the heart of their homes, where they take charge of daily responsibilities like cooking, cleaning, and raising children. But their contributions extend beyond these traditional roles. Many women are skilled artisans, producing intricately hand-sewn quilts, baskets, and other crafts that often become family heirlooms or items for sale within the community. One of the most notable aspects of Mennonite women's lives is their modest dress. Clothing is typically handmade, with long, simple dresses being the norm in many communities. The idea is to avoid any form of extravagance, focusing instead on modesty and functionality. Married women wear black head coverings, symbolizing their marital status and adherence to tradition, while single women wear white or no coverings. In the more conservative groups, women are even responsible for making all of their family's clothing by hand, with only certain items like shoes being purchased from outside. However, in more progressive Mennonite communities, women are gaining more independence. They are encouraged to pursue higher education, professional careers, and play an active role in the workforce. While still holding on to many of their traditional values, these communities are opening the door for women to engage with the broader world. 9. Granaries, the heart of the community. Granaries hold a unique place in Mennonite society. These large structures, used primarily for storing grains and farming equipment, are far more than just practical buildings. They are the physical and social hub of Mennonite life. Granaries are where the community gathers for important events, from weddings to social gatherings and even funerals. What's fascinating is the communal effort that goes into building them. When a granary needs to be constructed, the entire community comes together for what is known as a barn raising. Men, women, and children all pitch in to help, sharing the workload while strengthening their bonds. It's an opportunity for the community to unite and work as one, reflecting the deeply cooperative spirit that defines Mennonite life. Granaries also play a symbolic role in their world. They represent the importance of self-reliance, sustainability, and collective effort. Even today, with modern tools available, many Mennonites choose to build and maintain their granaries using traditional methods as a way of preserving their heritage. 8. Valuing education. Unlike the Amish, who generally limit formal education, Mennonites place a high value on learning. For them, education goes hand in hand with their faith. Many Mennonites send their children to public schools, while others attend private Mennonite schools that emphasize both academic excellence and religious teachings. These schools foster an environment where faith and education coexist, shaping students into well-rounded individuals. In addition to primary and secondary schooling, Mennonites also pursue higher education. Universities such as Eastern Mennonite University (EMU), founded in 1917, serve as a prime example. This liberal arts institution blends spiritual growth with academic rigor, offering degrees in a variety of fields. Education is seen as a vital tool for personal and spiritual development, allowing Mennonites to better serve their communities and uphold their values. However, not all Mennonite groups approach education in the same way. More conservative groups may prefer to keep their children in community-run schools, where the focus is primarily on faith-based education and practical skills. Yet, the underlying belief remains: Education is crucial, and it helps Mennonites navigate both their own traditions and the modern world. 7. Attitudes toward technology. One of the most common misconceptions about the Mennonites is that they completely reject technology. While it's true that the more conservative Mennonite groups tend to avoid modern conveniences like the internet or smartphones, the overall attitude toward technology is more nuanced than you might think. In fact, many Mennonites embrace technology, but they do so with caution. For them, the issue isn't whether technology itself is bad, but whether it disrupts their values of simplicity, community, and faith. For instance, in many Mennonite homes, you'll find computers, cars, and even cell phones. However, the key is balance. Technology is adopted only if it serves a purpose and doesn't interfere with their spiritual lives. More progressive Mennonite groups have integrated technology into their daily lives in ways that are surprisingly modern. These communities use the internet for communication, education, and even business. They believe that technology, when used responsibly, can enhance their ability to connect with others and contribute to the broader world. 6. The pillars of pacifism and simplicity. Pacifism has been a core belief of the Mennonites since their formation in the 16th century. As devout Christians, they believe that Jesus' teachings emphasize love, peace, and nonviolence. This has led to their steadfast refusal to participate in wars, conflicts, or any form of violence. Throughout history, this commitment to pacifism has put them at odds with governments and other religious groups, but Mennonites remain unwavering in their belief that all life is sacred. In addition to their pacifism, Mennonites are deeply committed to living simple, humble lives. They avoid luxury and excess in favor of a lifestyle that prioritizes family, community, and faith. This simplicity extends to every part of their lives, from their homes and clothes to their work and interactions with the world around them. The idea is to strip away anything that might distract them from their spiritual path, focusing instead on what truly matters. 5. Courtship and marriage customs. Mennonite courtship traditions are unique and structured, reflecting the community's emphasis on family and faith. Courtship often begins when a girl is around 15 or 16, and the process is far more formal than what we see in modern dating culture. For instance, young men interested in courting a girl will present her with small gifts, marking the start of a relationship that is always conducted under supervision. Meetings between the young couple are scheduled and monitored, usually taking place at the girl's home, with strict time limits. This approach ensures that courtship is taken seriously and that the couple stays focused on building a lasting relationship grounded in shared values and respect. Unlike modern dating, where physical or emotional intimacy might develop quickly, Mennonite courtships unfold gradually, with a clear intention of leading to marriage. Once a couple decides to marry, the entire community comes together to celebrate. Weddings are simple but significant, focusing on the spiritual union rather than material extravagance. And unlike in modern cultures where divorce is an option, in Mennonite communities, marriage is considered a lifelong commitment. If a relationship doesn't work out, it is customary for the woman to return the gifts received from her suitor, a sign of the community's strict values when it comes to relationships. 4. Dress codes modesty as a way of life. One of the most recognizable aspects of Mennonite life is their modest dress. While the specific clothing rules vary between communities, there are certain commonalities. Mennonite clothing is usually homemade, simple, and free of elaborate designs or adornments. For women, this typically means long dresses, often in plain colors or floral patterns. Men wear practical, modest clothing as well, usually consisting of simple shirts, trousers, and sometimes suspenders. Head coverings are another defining feature, particularly among women. These coverings are worn not just as a matter of tradition, but as a way of symbolizing humility and modesty. Married women wear black head coverings, while single women may wear white or none at all, depending on the community. This distinction between married and unmarried women is an important aspect of Mennonite culture, further reinforcing the values of modesty and tradition. In less conservative Mennonite communities, the dress code is more relaxed. Some Mennonites adopt more modern clothing styles, while still maintaining the core principles of modesty. Regardless of the specific style, the underlying goal is always the same: to avoid vanity and excessive focus on appearance, keeping their faith at the forefront of their lives. 3. A close-knit community. Mennonite life is all about community. They believe that life is meant to be lived collectively, with each member contributing to the well-being of the whole. This emphasis on communal living can be seen in their everyday practices, from shared meals to community work projects like barn raisings or communal farming efforts. In addition to practical cooperation, Mennonites share a strong spiritual connection. Worship services, often held in small, simple churches, are central to their sense of community. Sundays are set aside for rest, prayer, and family time, with large gatherings that bring the entire community together for reflection and social bonding. In these gatherings, Mennonites reaffirm their values of peace, simplicity, and faith, helping each other navigate the challenges of the modern world while staying true to their traditions. This close-knit way of life has allowed Mennonite communities to remain resilient and self-sufficient, even in the face of external pressures. 2. Simple, meaningful funerals. Mennonite funerals are a reflection of the community's deep commitment to simplicity and faith. When a member of the community passes away, the body is usually kept at home for a few days before the funeral. Rather than elaborate preparations, the body is placed in a simple bed of sand and ice to preserve it. This allows time for friends and family to visit, offer support, and say their goodbyes. The funeral service itself is similarly modest. The deceased is dressed in plain white garments, symbolizing purity and the hope of eternal life. Gravestones, when used, are simple and unadorned, often just flat stones with the name and dates of birth and death. This minimalistic approach emphasizes the Mennonite belief in humility and equality in life and death. These practices allow the community to come together, not only to mourn but also to celebrate the life and faith of the deceased, reminding them of the importance of their shared values in both life and death. 1. The Global Mennonite Network. Mennonites can be found all over the world, from North America to Africa, Europe, and beyond. Despite geographical distances, Mennonites are united by their shared beliefs and values. One unique tradition that highlights their global interconnectedness is Menno Your Way, a kind of hospitality exchange where Mennonites traveling across the world can stay with other Mennonite families. This global network fosters a sense of unity, allowing Mennonites from different countries and cultures to share their experiences, strengthen their faith, and maintain connections. This tradition is rooted in the belief that hospitality and generosity are essential to the Mennonite way of life. It's said that any two Mennonites can be connected within 6 degrees of separation, emphasizing the close-knit nature of this community on a global scale. That concludes our fascinating journey into the world of the Mennonites. From their unique courtship customs to their global connections, they offer a remarkable example of how tradition and faith can coexist with the modern world. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Could you imagine living a life of such simplicity and commitment? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share this video with your friends. Your support helps us bring you more intriguing stories from communities around the world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on World Marvels.